Hi, this is Kaylin Wynn, and I will be presenting my project on the water hyacinth, the small Indian mongoose, and the Asian tiger mosquito. Firstly, the water hyacinth's alias is Ecornia, and the scientific name is Ecornia crassives. This is a picture of the water hyacinth. So the water hyacinth is native to the neotropics of South America around this area right here, and has been introduced to many continents of the world, such as North America, Africa, and Asia. So the water hyacinth made its way to the United States in 1884 during the Cotton States Exposition of 1884 in Louisiana. And the visitors during this exposition introduced the harmful plants to the private background pond, and by 1900 the water hyacinth grew out of its introduced planting space, allowing it to venture and spread out to other states. So the environmental impact that the water hyacinths have done has been tremendous. Because water hyacinths grow on the water surface, they do not allow sunlight to permeate through the water, not allowing for other underwater plants to grow because they deplete the oxygen supply. And then they also affect the marine animals because they eliminate shelter and nesting areas for the animals, and once again deplete the oxygen supply in the water. And then in hydroelectric plants, water hyacinths impede water flow in the turbines, and then they may become habitats for dangerous animals such as alligators. And then they also affect the economy. And in 1990, the world reportedly spent $3 billion a year trying to regulate the water hyacinth. This is a picture of what the depletion of oxygen looks like compared to another plant. So this one right here is the water hyacinth, and this one is compared to another one. And this is a picture of the water hyacinth growing in the mats, which doesn't allow sunlight to permeate from beneath the water. So the water hyacinths, they're currently found all around the southern states, also in California, and then Washington, Virginia, Kentucky, Missouri, Alabama, states like those. And then the areas in the yellow part, in the beige yellow part, those are continents and countries where the water hyacinths have also affected. So they are characterized as a blue-violet, free-flowing plant that can grow up to 3 feet in height. And then the glossy leaves around this area, they encompass the plant, and then the bulbous stalk in this part, they also accompany the plant. And then this is a picture of the roots of the water hyacinth, which shows that it is a free-floating plant. And then to control it, the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries sprays the lake to control water hyacinths. However, it's not completely successful in eliminating the plant. However, it does decrease the number of water hyacinths in the area. And then water hyacinth weevils were introduced from Argentina to suppress the growth of water hyacinths. So the level of success in Louisiana is slowly progressing, but in Lake Victoria in Africa, water hyacinths have been completely eliminated with the introduction of the weevils. The next one is the small Indian mongoose. So the aliases are the Indian mongoose and the Javan mongoose, and they're scientifically known as the Herpestis aeropunctatus. This is a picture of the small Indian mongoose. And the area in blue is where they're originally found. So they're originally found in Southeast Asia, North India, and parts of the Middle East. And they were introduced to the Central America, South America, the Caribbean islands, and some parts of Hawaii in the late 19th century as a biological control for rats and snakes in agricultural areas in tropical climates. The small Indian mongoose have become predators of small birds, small mammals, and reptiles. Because they adapt easily to its new surroundings, and there are not many predatory species where the mongooses are, They have an easy source of food, and with a high reproductive rate, they are able to consume large amounts of prey quickly as a whole, causing some species of wildlife to become extinct. They also affect the agricultural crops. In 1993, on the Japanese island of Amami, the local government conducted the trapping of the mongooses because they destroyed the crops, which resulted in an increase of the economy's budget to fix the damage. They also carry infectious diseases such as rabies, and the first reported major breakout of mongoose rabies was from Puerto Rico in 1950. And the further research indicated dog strains caused mongoose rabies to emerge. And this is a picture of the predation between the mongoose and a cobra. And this is another picture of the mongoose eating its prey. They're currently found in Central America, South America, and then some Caribbean islands, some parts of Hawaii. And this is a map of Puerto Rico, and the areas in red, such as right here and there, those are where the small Indian mongooses are. And the areas in pink of Cuba, Dominican Republic, and then parts of South America, those places are where the Indian mongooses were introduced. And here's a map of the areas where the small Indian mongooses have been introduced to on the island of Hawaii, all the areas in red. And they're small, slender animals with bushy tails about 2/3 of its height, and most of them have brown short fur, and they're generally smaller than other mongooses. So to control these invasive species, trapping is a very effective way of controlling the Indian mongoose. However, it proves to be only a short-term success because to keep them under control, trapping programs must continue constantly because they will colonize the trapped areas quickly. And then poison has also been used to control mongooses in Hawaii. However, it has not been successful because the poison would have become adapted to only mongooses to prevent poisoning of non-targeted species. So the next one is the Asian tiger mosquito, whose aliases are the tiger mosquito and the forest mosquito, and whose scientific name is Aedes albopictus. This is a picture of it close up. So they originated from northern Japan and was introduced to the United States in 1985 through shipping routes and water trapped inside tires. And then they spread over to Louisiana shortly after making its way to Houston, Texas in 1985. So the Asian tiger mosquitoes are possible vectors to many viruses and illnesses to humans, such as yellow fever, Zika virus, and the West Nile virus. Then they can also be prey to other animals, such as dogs, coyotes, and wolves, due to the risk of heartworm diseases. But then, there's also heartworm medications that have been readily available to pet owners. But then the risk of heartworm has increased sharply. And then they also displace native mosquitoes due to their rapid regeneration. So they are displacing native mosquitoes in the particular area, decreasing the biodiversity. And then if the invasive mosquitoes continue to reproduce at their fastest rates, it can eradicate other species of mosquitoes. This is a picture of the Zika virus and how they can be prevented and how it transmits. And this is a life cycle of heartworm that dogs can get from mosquitoes. So they're currently found in every continent of the world except for Antarctica because of its ability to survive in broad climates, which allows them to be found worldwide. This is a map of the known mosquito ranges in the United States. So the area in the dark purple is where both yellow fever and Asian tiger mosquitoes are found, and past that point in the green areas where only the Asian tiger mosquitoes are found. So they're distinguished by their black bodies with the white stripes, and the most prominent one being on its backside. There are 3 pairs of legs, long slender legs, a slender body, and there's 1 pair of narrow wings. And this is the white line on its backside. So pesticides are used to combat the abundance of Asian tiger mosquitoes by mounting sprayers onto the trucks and spraying the solution over wide areas. However, it is not entirely effective in eliminating all the mosquitoes because many of them breed inside enclosed areas. So the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services issued this picture called Protect Yourself from Mosquito Bites, and it gives tips on how to stay safe from the Zika spreading mosquito, which is daylight is the most dangerous, use insect repellent, wear protective clothes, and mosquito-proof your home. So this is a political cartoon on where mosquitoes are found, where many people don't know where they come from. So they hide in the gutters because there's water in there and it's enclosed, and the water sitting out, standing water such in rain barrels and bird fountains, which collect the water, and if you change it often, it heats the reproduction of the Asian tiger mosquitoes. Thank you for your time for watching my presentation.